Perfect. All right. So, hello everyone. We are here for session 13. Not unlucky in China, by the way. 13 is a very lucky number in China. And I'm not here alone this week. I'm joined by Alison on camera with me. And we thought it would be a useful time, having done 12 sessions, to have a bit of a conversation and share what it's been like for both of us, and then do this session together. And everyone at home, do join in and join the conversation with us and put in the comments how you found the session so far. So welcome, Alison. Good to see you.
Oh, hi, Giles. Lovely to see you.
So maybe because how has it been for you? Because you've been really invaluable kind of supporting the chat around the sessions. And I know you've done the sessions yourself. How has it been for you to do the different movements each week?
I've been really enjoying it. And particularly, this is not a sequence of moves that I've done before, although some of the moves look a little familiar. Yeah. It's really nice to be sort of learning a new set, and also sort of slightly different things included, like the stretches that you're doing at the beginning. That I know that's not part of the actual sequence, but that is really nice. And the turning while seated, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yes, I like the sequence. I like all the moves. I haven't managed to internalize all of them yet, so I couldn't remember the whole sequence, but I'll recognize them when they come up. So I'm looking forward to again with you today.
Beautiful. That's the beauty of doing this online, that there isn't a need to internalize them if you don't want to, or it's not right for you. They're just there, and we can just all kind of go along together. Yeah. Have you found some moves are more challenging than others?
Yes, and when we're standing, sometimes, because I do try to do some standing and some seated.
Yeah.
When we're standing, sometimes it feels like it takes away from the ability to get into the flow, because I'm focusing on balancing and wobbling and all that. So I've actually chosen to sit for quite a few of these sessions, which was quite interesting to find out, because I could then feel the flow and the repetition in a more relaxed way, rather than having to think about balancing and staying upright and stepping and all that kind of thing. So that was really interesting to me. I wasn't expecting that. So that's useful. Yeah,
that's a really useful sharing of your experience. Actually, that's really important for me to hear, and it makes me think that this is the difference between Tai Chi and physio exercises, for example, that some people think of some kind of physio homework exercise as a kind of challenge to rise up to and put yourself in a bit of adversity to get into it and get your daily dose. As we're saying, yes, you could try something more challenging, but if it takes you out of that meditative flow state of mind, then it's not Tai Chi. And actually what we would want is to find the right, yes, challenge is important, but to find the right entry point for you into that flow state of mind, which may be sitting rather than standing. Yeah. Lovely.
Yeah. For me, Giles, I think this was a different understanding of my Tai Chi, really. The importance of that flow part, which I suppose I'd just kind of done without thinking about it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think with our Tai Chi, we are learning something. So it's quite good to get that balance right. Make sure you're getting the flow, and also work a little bit to strive towards accuracy as well.
Yes.
So a little bit of both, but really make sure we don't leave out the flow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really useful. Both are important, definitely. All right, well, that in mind, we're going to have a go today at doing all 18 moves. So we've been building up over the sessions, over the last 12 sessions, to do initially we did 3 moves in detail until we did all 18, and then we moved to 6 moves in detail, and then the last couple we did about 7 or 8 moves, and then 7 or 8 moves. Now we're going to try and do the full 18.
Great.
And I suppose the idea is, to not to have a sense of urgency or enormity about it, but just to be in it and just enjoy the oscillations and the changes and the variations and energies that each of these movements provides us. Yeah. All right. So with that in mind, we'll do our warm-up. So let's start the lesson. Thank you for joining me. And we'll stay seated, both of us, and we're going to. I'm going to interlace my fingers and stretch my arms up. You're welcome to do one or both. Lovely. And then we're just going to twist to one side. And change sides, twist to the other side. And come back. And those of you at home know that it may be one arm that you're raising rather than both. As long as you're getting some lengthening in the back, that's the main bit. And we're going to release our arms and bring one or both arms down to the side. And just feel that stretch on the shoulders. And then bring them down to have both our hands on our thighs or one hand on our thigh. Lovely. And then we're going to have a focus on the shoulders next. So we're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears and then roll them back. Up to our ears and roll back. And out to our ears and roll back. And hopefully that should feel quite nice, pleasurable. Just dislodging and removing any tension or anything that we've held on our shoulders over the last few days. Lovely. And then we're going to reverse that movement. So we're going to circle the opposite way. So bring our shoulders up to our ears, circle our shoulders forward. Lovely. And one more. And down. Lovely. Okay. So Alison, I invite you to take an arm of your preference and just have it bent at the elbow and start circling that arm backwards. I'm still working on the shoulders here. And then change direction, circle it forward. And bring it down. And how would it be for you, Alison? Is the other arm available to do the same?
Yep.
Lovely. So yeah, so bring the other arm up and circle it backwards.
Bit more clunking and clicking on this side.
And change direction, circle it forward. Right. Okay, and one more and bring it down. Lovely. And then maybe using your preferred arm, cross your body with your preferred arm, the arm that's more responsive to you right now, and then use that to lever against the chair and twist the body to one side. Then come back to the center and then twist to the other side as well. And come back to the middle. Lovely. So now just bringing in the legs. So if we try and push down with our toes in both feet, so lifting the heels, pushing the toes down into the ground, just lift one or both heels and bring it down. Again, lift one or both heels and down. And once more, one or both heels. Lovely. And then we're going to change that route. We're going to push on the heels and lift our toes. So lift the toes of one or both feet and then bring them down. Lift the toes of one or both feet down. And then once more, lift the toes one or both feet. Lovely. Okay, and then I'm going to choose a leg and I'm going to lift the knee and lift the foot off the floor. And I'm going to extend my foot in front of me. Okay, so lovely, beautiful. How's that for you? Is that okay? Come back. Good workout on the quads there, isn't it? And down. And then once more, lifting the knee up. Extend the foot away from me. Down. Back and down. And how would the other leg be to do, Alison?
Give it a try.
Okay, let's try lifting the knee. And can we extend the leg? Right. Beautiful. Back, down, and again, lift the knee, extend the leg, down, and back. Beautiful. Okay, so you're feeling a little bit more limber?
Yeah, lovely.
Good. All right. So we're going to try. I have a little prompt sheet because there are a lot of movements. I just want to make sure that they're here. So I'm just going to bring this up so I don't miss any out. Okay. Okay. So the most important movement is our breath. If we just start with one or both hands on our belly, we can breathe in through our nose. Get that breath right down into our belly. And breathe out our nose or our mouth, the breath having left the belly. Breathing in. And breathing out. Okay, and then the first movement, we're going to bring one or both arms up, the shoulders, the elbows, and the wrists. And down, shoulders, elbows, wrists. Up and down. Like a wave pouring from our body through our arms. I'm trying to find the softness at all points in our arms, softness at the shoulders, softness at the elbows, softness at the wrists and the hands. And then we're going to modify that. We're going to come up, have our palms facing each other, and then we're going to open the palms out, bring the palms back towards each other, bring the hands down, bring the hands up, palms facing each other, and move away from each other out to the side, coming back towards each other and down. Get an option here to do it with one arm if that's right for you, if you're watching at home. Then we're going to come up as if we're holding a scarf. We're going to move it from one side to the other, if we're the branches of a tree swaying in the wind. Nice. And then we're going to carry the tiger up the mountain. So we're going to bring our hand to the top, circle down, getting the tiger at the bottom of the temple, bottom mountain, scoop it up and put it in the temple at the top. Opening, coming down, trying to keep our back straight, so not leaning forward here, scooping up, circling out. And again, for some of you, I hope it may be one arm, one side doing this motion. Completely fine. It may be one arm coming up, circling out. For others of you, it may be both arms. One more here. Nice. And then we're going to reach one arm just a little bit behind us and curl it over like a wave and push forward. And as you push forward, the other arm comes behind, curls over like a wave, pushes forward, alternating like so. And do remember, those of you at home, to check out the modifications for this. Standing, seated, one side, both sides. If you go for the earlier sessions, we'll look at these in detail. Okay, next one. Just circling our arms back, coming over. Imagine you're like doing maybe a backstroke in backwards crawl in the pool. Arms come back, circle back behind you, forward. Nice. Next movement, you're going to reach across your body, pick the fruit off the tree, back, reach across to the other hand, pick the fruit off the tree. If you want to lift the heel of the opposite foot to accentuate that movement, you're very welcome. Then we're going to develop that movement to circle our arms behind us, one side, and then the other side. Letting our arms flow up behind us to the corners. And then we're going to bring a prayer palm forward, palm up, back, the other palm forward, back. One prayer palm forward, back, changing, forward, back. How's it going, Alison?
That's good. I'm really enjoying it.
Nice. The next one is cloud hands, which I'm going to do the one-handed version here. The cloud hands is tricky for people to get into. So we might just experiment with one hand circling up, locking, scooping down, circling up. And we might switch to the other hand, circling. For some people at home, maybe just one hand is the one that does the movement, the other one is at the side, but you're engaging the other half of the body as much as you can. And for some of you, it might be two hands to do the full sequence is an option for you. So you can have a little go at both hands if that's right for you. So this is a tricky one. Okay, I'm going to do one more here, and then we're going to shift into something else. So we're going to now do things on one leg versus the other. So we're going to lean over one leg, scoot down, bring it up and lean up to the ceiling, scooping down over one leg, up, leaning back up to the ceiling, and one more. And then we're going to change the same thing over the other leg, scooping up, looking up, scooping down, scooping up, looking up, and one more. Nice. And then we're going to come back forwards and we're going to push forward, rock back, push forward, rock back. And those of you at home, this stage of things, if you're standing, you might choose to have one leg in front of the other, and you're doing these movements over one leg, rocking forwards and backwards, maybe on the heel. And then you change the leg that's leading and try it on the other side. If you go back to our previous sessions, you can see the modifications for that. So as Alison said at the beginning, do the thing that's right for you. That's your entry point into a state of flow. And then we're going to bring in some bird-like movements now. So we're going to open our arms wide, bring the palms together in front of us, back, forward, like a goose or a crane, stretching out its wings, bringing the wings towards each other. Back, hands to change up the weight. So I'm going to start chi punching. So the punch comes forward, open the hand, circle, bring one arm back and the other arm may come forward in place. Open, close, back and punch. Nice and relaxed, no full on karate dojo punching, just nice and relaxed, but with intention. One more this side, and then one more on the other side. Nice, bring back, Then back to a bird-like movement. Just this time up and down the wings. High, low, high, low. And then the next one's going to be really nice for the lower back. We're going to imagine we're holding something like a big pot, something heavy. We're going to lean forward, circle down, and then come up, lift this thing up to the ceiling, circle around, over to the other side, come down across our body, over, down. And then we're going to change direction, circle the other way. And again, people are having to be one or both hands doing this. And then once more. Nice, come back to the middle. And now, painting the fence, up and down. Again, soften us up the shoulders, the elbows, and the wrist. And if you're standing, or even if you're sitting, you experiment with the opposite knee coming up with the hand. Opposite knee, opposite hand. Opposite knee and foot, opposite hand. So it could be that you're just lifting the heels, or it could be lifting the whole foot off the floor. Nice, and down, and then we're gonna gather up all of the energy, bring it towards us, and bring it back down again. Gather up all of the energy, bring it towards us, and down. As we come to the end of our sequence, and then we're going to bring our hands, one hand or both hands up, and just hold it in front of us. And just let all of that movement just continue to exist inside us, even though we stop moving on the outside. Let that slowly soften, slow down inside us. And then just bring our hands just below our belly button. So we close our eyes. Let the whole practice conclude. And feel a little bit better for it. There we go. Thank you. Let me just put off my prompt sheet so I can see you. So we did it. We did all 18. How was that for you?
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I'm going to come a little bit closer.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Instead of before.
Yeah.
Have I disappeared? No, I haven't disappeared.
Perfect.
I'm still there.
Perfect, Rose.
Yeah, so, Giles, that was so lovely to do all of them. Somehow they kind of work a magic by doing them all together.
Yeah.
And I can only say magic, actually. A couple of times when we were repeating, I just felt this sort of like a very gentle, not even buzzing, but more gentle than buzzing in my whole body. And then I went, oh, we're changing over to the next one. Yeah, so it was really nice, lovely.
Yeah, I feel great too. I love doing this, and I love how it evolves. And I think with a bit more time, and definitely practice at home, it doesn't have to fit within half an hour. You could spend
No.
longer on each movement, and as you say, maybe those sensations will grow over time as you stick at it. But equally, for other people, doing a whole 20-minute sequence like that straight might be too much, and so the smaller bite-sized chunks are better. So yeah, it'd be really interesting to hear from everyone at home what's worked for you with this. Did this feel better for being one continuous stream of practice, or was it a bit too much for some and it's left feeling people feeling a little bit tired? It'd be great to hear about different people's experiences. But thank you for joining me today and doing this with me.
Yeah, it's been great to do it with you, Giles, and thinking about all the other people who will be online watching as well. Is this still going out on YouTube as well, or do we have it just on the Facebook page?
Yeah, it goes out on YouTube. So if you have some people, if you know other people who don't use Facebook, want to access this, it's on YouTube. Yeah, on a Different Strokes YouTube channel for sure.
Great stuff. Yeah, I know somebody was asking me about it who doesn't have Facebook, so I'll tell them.
Yeah, definitely. Wonderful. Thank you, Alison. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Giles.
Take care.
Good to see you.
Have a great week.
And you.